Okay, so let's talk this UFC fight that just happened, Jon Jones versus Reyes. I don't believe that Dominic Reyes got robbed. Now, the reason I think that is because Jon Jones is a complete legend, right? He has been winning fights for 10 years, okay? And not only that, but he definitely won the fourth and fifth round. I was really surprised at the fact that he allowed Dominic Reyes to kind of do what he did in the rounds 1, 2, and 3. I do think that Dominic Reyes, if this was just a fight, it wasn't for the belt, that Dominic Reyes would have won the fight. Now, I know that contradicts what I just said. Now, when you think about a champion such as Jon Jones, you really have to put in a lot of factors. Did this guy really do enough to take this belt away from him and kind of undo like his whole legend and everything that Jon Jones is about? I really don't think that Dominic Reyes did that. If he would have won via knockout or submission or even like put Jon Jones in a really dangerous place, then I would have been, yes, this guy really got robbed. I noticed that Jon Jones was running away from him a lot of times, but I didn't see Jon Jones ever in immediate, complete panic and danger. And I didn't think that he really got scared at any moment. He wasn't like busted up open like in the Gustafsson fight. In the Gustafsson fight, his lip was completely like a balloon. So I don't think that he got robbed, Reyes. In terms of getting a rematch, I really think this guy deserves a rematch with Jon Jones for sure, 100%. But I think that Jon Jones let himself down. I don't think Jon Jones was himself. I think that he wanted to see what Dominic Reyes was made of. He wanted to feel his power. Leading up to the fight, he was saying that he wanted it to be ugly. He wanted to feel the misery of it. And I think that in his mindset just brought that on to him, and that he didn't even allow his body like to just kind of do it. He just wanted to accept it. And it felt like a waiting game, to be honest. It felt like rounds 1, 2, and 3, he was just waiting to kind of see what Reyes was going to do. And I think that was really dangerous and at fault to Jon Jones. And I don't think he did himself justice by doing that. I think he should have played the Jon Jones game as he always does and start first. I noticed that he was letting Reyes throw the first punch and really just do everything first, and I think that that's not his style. I usually think that he really takes control of the fights and he pressures people. So I don't think he was himself this fight. With that being said, do you really think that he should have lost the belt? I really don't think he should have lost the belt. I would have been happy with a draw or with Jon Jones winning. If Reyes won, I would have been kind of sad for Jon Jones, because I feel like it wasn't so much that Reyes won the fight, it was more that Jon Jones let him do what he did to him. And I think that there's a big difference in that. I feel like he just didn't perform at his level. Maybe he, was doing some of the things that Jon Jones is known to be doing, and maybe he got in his own way, who knows. But I think in the end of the day, who's the better fighter? I really think Jon Jones is, just based on his history and also his character, the way that he carries himself. I think he's a really great speaker. Obviously he has a lot of controversy with his hit and run and all of these dangerous things that he does, but I think in a marketing perspective as well, I think he's just he's very charismatic. He's fun to watch. Obviously he has more fans. I think all of this played huge factor in the judges' eyes, and obviously he's a champion. A lot of people say you can't take the belt from a champion losing the 2 last rounds. So it's really curious to know. With all of this being said, I do feel for this Reyes guy, because obviously in his mind he did enough, and a lot of people can agree with that, that he has done enough. And if this was just a regular 3-round fight, obviously he would have won, because he won rounds 1, 2, and 3, right? Now he didn't win it with a complete landslide. I didn't feel like Jon Jones was ever in trouble. For me, watching the fight, it just felt like Jon Jones was just, he wanted to experience the pain that Reyes was going to give him. It's just he was just waiting it out. And then in round 4 and 5, Reyes got tired, and then John Jones, like he said, it was the champion. It's showing the champion, the heart of the champion in those last rounds. And I really think, like, you know, the way that you finish a fight too affects the judge's eyes as well. So all of these people saying that, you know, he was robbed. Listen, let's see a rematch, because John Jones, right, his last fight with Santos wasn't that great either. Like, that was a split decision win, you know. So I think he needs to fight, maybe not an immediate rematch with Reyes, but when they do rematch, I really think that they should rematch. When they do rematch, that, you know, maybe he knocks out Reyes, maybe he finishes him off like how he's supposed to. You know, in the Gustafsson rematch, he really proved, you know, everyone wrong in regards to saying that, you know, Gustafsson was going to beat him, and that he was, you know, that he was the better fighter of the two. So moving on to the Valentina Shevchenko fight, I always enjoy watching her fight. She's one of my favorite female fighters. I think Jukagan was, you know, she was kind of written off. No one really believed that she was going to win, and sadly, you know, that's kind of how it played out for her. She didn't win that one round. She didn't win that one exchange. I don't think Valentina took any damage from her at all. She's so impressive. I really wish that Amanda was more of her size, because I think if they were, you know, on the same even playing field, Valentina has more tools to beat Amanda. Now, Amanda's a bigger girl, so she has that advantage, so it's not very fair. So if Amanda and Valentina rematch, which I think they will, it's going to be really hard for Valentina to win. Now, maybe technically she can, like, win by a hair because she's such a technical fighter, but I think just going into that fight, she's not necessarily equal with her because of her, you know, her stature. So I think it would be a hard fight. Yeah, so guys, let me know in the comments what you think about, like, this UFC card in general. The judges were getting a lot of backlash. Joe Rogan really was talking so much about the judges, and now it is something to think about, because, you know, like, I get really, like, attached to these fighters, and I want to, like, see them win. And when they get robbed, it's like, really, it's like you feel like you're getting robbed. You take it personal. So hopefully next time the judges will be a little, you know, more fair in the judging. I really think that Angela Lee, I really think she got robbed 100%. I thought she won that fight. And there was another fight that I thought the other fighter won. I'm trying to remember their names. But yeah, this card was really interesting. The other fight that I saw not too long ago was the Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman fight, and I thought that that wasn't really, like, the ref really messed that stuff up. Like, there was literally 50 seconds left in the fight, and it was pretty close, right? So I think, like, that I would have loved to see to just go to decision. Just you know, just to kind of let things play out, you know, because he was hitting him in the back of the head, and I don't think that was like Colby Covington said, you know, kill or be killed. You know, let the guy get the damage, let him just get the decision. It's only 50 seconds, you know. I think it was early stoppage for sure. With that being said, his face really was messed up, so, you know, let him fight another day for sure. I would really like to see that rematch. The buildup of that fight, Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman, was so good, and I just really enjoyed all the back and forth. I enjoyed all the drama. I enjoyed the stare downs. I thought it was amazing fight. And the buildup of the fight was so exciting. So I would love to see that. That would be my favorite fight to see in terms of rematches for sure. I'm looking forward to Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Wei Ling. I don't know how to say her name, but yeah, I don't know how to say her name, but that should be really interesting. I think she became a champion way too quickly, and I think Joanna is really going to give her a taste of reality. That's my guess. That's my prediction, that Joanna's going to get her belt back. But, you know, I really thought that Rose should have gotten a rematch. Not a rematch. She should have been first to go for that belt, just because, you know, now Rose and Joanna, they're going to have a trilogy, and Joanna lost to Rose twice. So for Rose to kind of have to beat her 3 times now, I think that's really unfair for Rose. I think she's proven her championship status already. So I would have loved to see Rose versus the current strawweight champion from China. And sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I don't want to butcher it. So yeah, I think that's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. With that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video. Please follow me, subscribe to my other channel, which is Lifestone TV. That is a channel where I talk about personal development. This is a channel where I'm talking mostly about UFC only, really. So if you want to learn more about what I do and my company and all of that, please subscribe to my other channel, which is called Lifestone TV. Thanks so much, and see you on the next one.